My name is Aileen Wong from the University of Leeds. I am normally based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia for the university, but today I'm doing this virtual webinar for you in my room in Bandung, Indonesia. So good to see everyone here today. I will be giving you a brief overview and comprehensive information about the university. And I can see that many of you are interested for the University of Leeds as a study destination, either for your master's program or your bachelor's degree. Let me get this. Okay. I hope you can see my screen now. So a warm welcome to the University of Leeds. I shall introduce myself again. My name is Aileen Wong, and I am from the University of Leeds, Southeast Asia Regional Office, based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So these are just some of our credentials. For 2025, we are ranked 82nd top university in the world by QS World University Rankings. These are some of our credentials and unique selling points. I'll tell you a bit about the university. We are a Russell Group University, part of 24 group of highly intensive universities in the UK. If you are not familiar with the Russell Group University, we are very similar or equivalent to the Ivy League universities in America and also the G8 universities in Australia. We have been consistently ranked top 100 universities in the world, well known for its research and teaching excellence. Leeds is currently the second largest university in the UK, and for the coming intake in the autumn, we are expected to welcome slightly over 40,000 students onto campus, and about 40% of them will be international students, including students from Thailand. With our size, we are able to offer about 300 undergraduate courses and 200 master's courses across a wide range of subject areas. The only subject areas that we do not offer are in hospitality and tourism. On the screen now, you can see this is the entrance to our campus ground. The University of Leeds is a campus university. Campus university means everything is in one location. We do not have campus site A or B or C. We only have one single site campus. And our campus is located just at the edge of the city center, and students can walk to the city center within 15 minutes. I'll show you a bit more of our campus later on. So this is our campus. You can see it is a campus university. The Parkinson building is the main entrance towards our campus grounds. This is an iconic building for the city. Anyone who lives, study, or work in Leeds will know the Parkinson building. It is also a popular meeting spot for a lot of people working or studying at the university. The Northeast Quarter is home to our Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences. I'll take you through to the campus so you know what is located where. We have a number of libraries on campus, starting with the Brotherton Library, which is located inside the Parkinson building. We've got the Late Law Library and the Edward Boyd Library. All these are open to you once you are registered as a student with the university. The Leeds University Union is the heart of campus, the center of campus. A lot of student activities, buzz happening here. This is also where a lot of our on-campus accommodation is located. It is also the accommodation quarters of those who prefer to live inside the campus. The Edge is a fitness and wellness complex, home to our Olympic-sized swimming pool, gym, rock climbing wall, and studio-based classes. When you live in university accommodation, you will get basic access membership to the Edge for free. The Western Campus, this is where the Faculty of Business is located and our School of Law is located. This is one of the greenest part of campus as it faces Hyde Park, a very beautiful part of campus. If you see the Leeds General Infirmary, that is our teaching hospital, and it is attached to our Faculty of Biological Sciences and the Faculty of Medicine and Health. The Leeds train station is located about 15 to 20 minutes walk from campus, and that is at the edge of the city center. Behind the campus is a compact city center. So how our university is structured? So we are structured in 7 different large faculties. So all of our courses will be offered in one faculty or the other. The business school is extremely popular with our Thai students. Some of our facilities are teaching spaces, laboratories, private study places, VCR, labs, and also our gym. Right, I'll talk a bit about the city simply because of its close proximity to the city center, and a part of spending time on campus and in accommodation, students do tend to also spend a lot of their time in the city, either to meet their friends, have something to eat, buy their groceries, or to simply chill, have a cup of coffee. Leeds is the 3rd largest city in the UK. You see the box on the map? That's where we are located. It is also a rather student-friendly city. Apart from the University of Leeds, there are 3 other large universities with campuses in and around the city center or just outside of Leeds. Leeds work with a study pathway provider called Study Group. Study Group also has a study center in Leeds. Actually, they have 2 study centers in Leeds. We are also highly accessible due to our location. It takes you no more than 3 hours to get to Edinburgh in Scotland and just 2 hours to get to the heart of London in the south. We are accessible also via 2 airports. Closest airport to us will be Leeds Bradford International Airport, located just under 30 minutes from the campus, and Manchester Airport, a direct train from the airport to the train station in Leeds in about 1 hour. During peak international arrival, we offer free airport transfer and pickup service from these 2 airports and take you to the campus and accommodation. So this is some of the pictures of our city center. We are described as a compact city. That is why walking around the city, the campus, and some student accommodation is possible. Many of the roads and streets in the city are pedestrianized, so no vehicle, making it a very safe and secure place to walk around. In around the city and on campus and in the suburbs, there are lots of cycling path and walking path. So walking and cycling in Leeds is very safe. So our markets, supermarkets, shopping malls, and the city center. I'll speak a bit about accommodation. The University of Leeds offers accommodation, and accommodation is guaranteed for all of our students for the duration of their program. You would know accommodation as dormitories, but in the UK, we call our housing accommodation. What is the difference? Accommodation is where you have your private room. You do not need to share your room with another person. Dormitory is where you need to share your living space with other students. So this is the difference. Yeah. So we have many properties to choose from depending on your lifestyle, budget, and needs. Leeds is located in the north, so accommodation is slightly cheaper and very reasonable compared to accommodation rental in the south, London, and Greater London. If you do not want to live in university accommodation, Leeds has plenty of choices in the private sector. Unlike other cities in the UK, Leeds doesn't have a shortage of accommodation for students, so there's plenty to choose from. So this is just some of our accommodation, and postgraduate students will live separately from our undergraduates. We have designated residences for postgraduate master students. Okay, I understand that some of you here are already offer holders and will be coming or thinking of taking up your offer and join us in September or in the autumn. So if you are, congratulations. We look forward to seeing you on campus in the next weeks or so, or in September. So in this sense, if you are not planning to come but hold an offer, I'm afraid that we are not able to defer your place to next year. If you cannot come in September, you will need to reapply for 2025 intake or future intakes. If you have not really made your decision, there are some things here or videos here that can help you get along. Link to Leeds ambassadors or current students will be able to give you some tips and hints about studying in the UK and a student at Leeds. So do have, you will have the chance to speak to them on their own platform. At this point, I would like to remind you, those who are holding offers from the business school, you've got 2 days to meet the conditions of your offer, because the business school have strict deadlines on confirming offers and also paying your deposit so that we can issue your CASs. So we are already now in the process on a rolling basis, issuing the confirmation of acceptance for studies or the CAS, so that students can go on to apply for their visas. So if you still have not accepted your offer, please do so that we can proceed with requesting for a deposit. So I've also been asked to prepare a slide about the cost of living. The University of Leeds also have a number of scholarships for students. If you are planning to come next year, scholarships information will be published on our website about October time. For master students, the university offers a range of very favorable and attractive scholarships of up to 50% or part scholarship. In terms of cost of living, you will need approximately £1,000 per month to be able to live rather comfortably as a student. And this would include your accommodation, your food expenses, study materials, and some social entertainment and transport costs. Obviously, some students will spend a bit more, and some will spend slightly less, depending again on their budget and their purchasing habits, right? So I would like to introduce our link to Leeds. Hello, our link to Leeds platform, and this is a platform for a bunch of our current students currently studying in Leeds, and they're our student ambassadors. They will be happy to share their experiences with you as being a student at Leeds. So if you have any questions and you want tips on student tips and things like that, do feel free to get in touch with them. They also very frequently host live chat events. So that's how you can contact them via their social media platforms. I am supposed to have Jeannie with me today, but I'm not sure. Hi, Jeannie.
I'm right here. Hello.
Hello, how are you? You look very different. I cannot recognize you when you wave.
Sorry, yeah, my hair has grown out a bit and I haven't dyed it blonde
Oh,
since.
yeah. How are you? Good?
I'm good, thank you. I'm actually in Japan right now, doing my summer internship. I'm so sorry. I'm mistaken the time difference. But yeah,
where are
name
you in Japan?
yeah. I'm in Japan
Ooh,
at the moment, so
cool. Which part of Japan?
I'm in Aichi Prefecture, so like Kyoto City.
Okay, so you see that is a very good example of a student studying with us. Perhaps, Jeannie, at this point, you want to introduce yourself, where you come from, what have you been doing in Leeds, and how on earth did you land up in Japan? Go on.
So, สวัสดีค่ะ my name is Ginny. I'm a Link to Leeds ambassador from Thailand. So I study chemical and materials engineering at the University of Leeds. I've just finished my third year. I'm on an integrated master program. So basically, technically, I already have my bachelor. Next year, like this coming up academic year, I'll be doing a master. At the moment, I am undertaking a summer placement at Toyota Boshoku, Japan. That's why I'm here in Aichi Prefecture. It's ending soon though. It's really fast. It's only like a two months and a half program. But yeah, so far I really enjoyed my experience, and I got this opportunity to come here because of the links that we have with the School of basically physical and engineering faculty, and they always post opportunities on okay, this internships we have links with this company, yada yada yada. So I applied and then I got it. So yeah, that's how I'm here.
Cool. Can I just ask, why did you choose Japan? Because I do know that many Southeast Asian students tend to prefer places like North America, Canada, or even European countries, but Japan?
For me, right, I always wanted to come to Japan. Like, I feel like for Thai people, like we just grew up with animes and like all that thing. So like, it's always my dream to come to Japan, and I want to be able to work as long and also like at the same time travel. Like, so Japan is the right place. I've never been to Japan before, and the job that I applied for was something that I wanted to do. So there was no reason to reject the offer, and I really tried hard for this opportunity, because it was the first time I heard about this opportunity was during my first year, but there was a limitation. Like, as a first year, you can't really have an intern just yet, because you haven't learned about the material. You can't really work without knowing the material. So I waited until I got into my third year and try. I got it. So yeah, and also like working with Toyota is big. It's Toyota is one of the world leading company. So using this chance, like this is probably once in a lifetime thing, and I'm trying to excel in right now as well, because there's always opportunity to get offered graduate roles if you do really well during your internship. So yeah, I'm trying my best.
I'm sure you are, and I really think that you deserve this opportunity. I've known you since you were a first year undergraduate student, and you are now, towards the end of your studies. Jeannie spent a lot of time studying in Istanbul in Turkey before she came to Leeds. I was just going through some things about Leeds, so perhaps at this point, it would be good to reflect back. Why did you choose to come to the UK and specifically chose Leeds to do your degree in chemical engineering?
So for me, I think it was more because I had some families in the UK to begin with. Like my stepsister was living in Leeds, and I knew my step cousin was also going to be at Leeds Art University. It's a different university than University of Leeds, but I think it was like an insurance to have someone that I know of that I can rely on. But even if I don't have any families, I probably still would come to Leeds because it's the I feel like it's the perfect combination, like as a whole, as a city and the university, because I would consider myself like a city girl, but then I'm not like always out clubbing in the night, not like that. Just I want to be sort of in the center of everything, and Leeds University is basically that. It's a campus university that's situated really close to the city center. So if anything, like everything is all around, but I also can have like a night out in the city as well. So it's got that mixture of things. Also, it's very, very diverse. So coming from Turkey, well, obviously, well, I'm Thai, right? I grew up and was born and raised in Thailand until I was 11, and then I moved to Turkey and I lived there for like 6 years. And I'm not dissing Turkey or anything, but really, like, there's not much of a diversity at all. I'm a foodie. I love to eat like different kinds of food. So like the UK in general is way more diverse in Turkey, and especially Leeds. It's a student city, so there's everything that I look for, like whether it be like Indian, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, Thai, like anything that I want is always available in the city. So all in all, it's a good place for me to be. In terms of academics, I did my research, and University of Leeds was ranked in top 5 for chemical engineering. I'm talking in terms of subject specific, because to me, I paid more attention to not the university ranking as a whole. I mean, obviously Leeds University as a whole is also a really good city. It's top 100 in QS ranking, but like in terms of studying, I want to be more specific, and so Leeds was one of the top ones offer that, and also the accreditation that the university has as well. It just means like with this degree at the University of Leeds, I will become a chartered engineer much faster than if I didn't attend Leeds, if you get what I mean. So that's why Leeds was a choice. Basically rules out everything else. So yeah.
Great, thank you for that. Question. Lots of the students or prospective students joining us today, they are sort of new or unfamiliar with how UK teaching is delivered. So can you tell us a bit more your life as a daily student? How often do you go to classes? What is expected of you? Is it really tough? Things like English, is it difficult to get adapted to, settle down, talk to people, or do people just speak to Thai students? And are there any support services to help you blend in and not to feel too awkward or things like that? I mean, it's a change of culture, right?
Yeah, so there was a bit to adapt. To me, I feel like I have more advantages because I've already lived abroad like for many years. So as far for me, it was quick, but I do still have to adapt, like especially the accent, the British accent was impossible to understand at first. But you get used to it a while after, and the more friends you make, also like the more you learn about different slangs, like different way of saying things. So I think the English is, well, if you okay, so because I didn't really fully grow up in Thailand, so I can't say much in terms of how much Thai people would struggle with English language. But as long as you have like the basic understanding, not basic, but like the requirements even, because I think you need a 6.5 ban IELTS in order to go to University of Leeds. So as long as you have that, I think you're fine. And you can always improve, and there's always services available from the Skills at Library. It's basically like library's team, which they would offer different classes, different workshops that you can tackle on, like working on your soft skills, for example, like how to write a good sentence, how grammar works, even like sometimes. So there's always courses that you can sign up to, and they are free of charge. So like be sure to take advantage of that when you come to the University of Leeds. Another way, sorry, what was the other questions? There was adaptation, and there was studying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How did I?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
on a daily basis, put aside your placement and your internship now, what do you do?
okay, so I think this varies from different degrees to different degrees. I do engineering, so it was I was aware that I had to really put in a lot of work, a lot of sacrifices. I would say I studied more than 8 hours a day. Not going to lie. I do struggle a lot. It's a very difficult degree. I mean, if it can be ranked in one of the top 5 in the country, it is difficult, and I knew that. I was prepared for that. So in terms of studying, aside of self-studying, there's the usual like lecture. You have the lecture given by the professor, 2 hours, and then you'd have things like tutorials. I think they call different things depending on like which department you're from. So I think in business they're called seminar or something like that. Basically, it's a smaller class where you can actually talk and Q&A like with the professor, and solving problems together with the professor and the PhD students. Sometimes they would bring PhD students, and that way you can kind of apply, like you can practice on the theory that you were taught from lecture. And there's also, for me, I do engineering, so there's like lab practicals. So I go into the lab and perform some, for example, mechanical tests for like certain materials, and then I write report on it, which would be assessed as how many percentage, whatnot. There's obviously also class tests and exams. Exam seasons are usually January period. Like there's 2 exams, so midterm and final. And final would be like June period, for example. So yeah, aside that, just self-study, a lot of self-study, because at university it's kind of like no one's really like spoon-feeding you. You know, you have to work on the things that you receive. Like lecture is lecture. Like they don't even check attendances for engineering school. So like you take it or you don't take it and you fail, kind of thing. So for me, I don't want to fail, so I work hard a lot. I'm always at like a library or computer cluster, a lot of all-nighter work as well, I would say, especially with my final bachelor year, third year. It was very, very, very challenging. Very challenging with we call design project, but other people might think of it as a dissertation. So that was a big chunk of work right there. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else that I can think of right now. But that generally sums up my academic life. Yeah.
Right. University life has really bring out the best in you. I can really see the distinct difference from your freshie year till now. Gosh, Jeannie, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. You are so much more confident and articulated. That what is it that at university that it has done to you?
I think you kind of forced to grow up. Taking care of yourself whilst also like, oh, it's such a challenge. Like anyone who goes to university, like they have respect from me, because it's so difficult to maintain like more normal life as well, like as your academic life. And not just that, like you have to know how to work balance everything as well. Like it's crazy. Thank you for that. I think I'm not perfect yet. I'm still figuring out like my working style or whatnot. Like I don't want to stay up all night doing work all the time. It was just like at the moment it was what I was kind of need to do. So it's a process. But yeah, university in general, I think it just gives you like tools to implement on yourself. Like it's all about you. It's what you make out of it. So for me, like I really want to use this time like to make the most out of it, because it's only 4 years. Like time flies. Like I still remember the first day I went to university. It was like, wow, this is where I'm going to be, and now I'm like, oh my god, I'm technically graduated now. Time flies, really. So making the most out of it is important, and that's what I try to do. Yeah.
Really good to hear. I bet all the sacrifices is worth it every bit. So at this point, I think I would like to leave the session and give a chance to the audience that we have today to ask any questions at all that they might have, any queries, doubts, things that you want to ask either myself or Jeannie. So I think you can either raise your hand and put it in the chat box if you wish, or if you wish to speak in Thai, that's entirely fine. I suppose Jeannie can still understand bits and pieces of it, and Hanson can do some translation. So Hanson, I'll bring it back over to you now. I'll just stop sharing my screen if I know how. Okay.
มีน้องๆคนไหนมีคำถามที่อยากจะสอบถามพี่อลัมนายพี่จินนี่หรือว่าทางคุณไอรีนบ้างไหมคะถ้ามีก็สามารถพิมพ์เข้ามาในแชทบ็อกซ์ก็ได้นะคะหรือว่าจะเปิดไมค์ถามก็ได้เหมือนกันสามารถถามเข้ามาได้ทั้งภาษาไทยแล้วก็ภาษาอังกฤษเลยค่ะถามได้ทุกเรื่องเลยนะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นขั้นตอนการสมัคร requirement ต่างๆหรือว่าจะเป็นในส่วนของการใช้ชีวิตที่ Leeds ก็สามารถสอบถามเข้ามาได้เนาะ
Probably while waiting for questions or for people to warm up. So I'm a bit intrigued, Jeannie. How did you, I think people would like to also know how did you get into the mode of finding a placement or an internship or a summer? Simply because I think for Thai students, most of them are master students. They don't get to do a placement or an internship when they are studying, simply because the master's is only 12 months. So should they want to do it, can you tell or explain or share how would they go about it?
So yeah, it's different if someone's studying master degree at University of Leeds, it's not really like an internship because yeah, it's only a 12 months. But if they want to do, they can obviously apply like once they finish their masters, they can work on the graduate roles. That would be the way to go because I think you have like 2 years of a visa.
The graduate route visa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, like the process is the same. You basically watch out for the companies who are like offering places. And we, at least in my department, the physical science and engineering faculty, we have the specific career people. We call them EPS team. EPS team would basically they would source out the opportunities and they would post on the EPS website, and they always have as well like sessions like, oh, are you looking for placement? This is what you need to do. These are the websites you need to go into. This is how you should approach a company. This is how you write your CV, blah, 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 blah. So there's always like help available, and they have an office as well in the faculty. So you can always drop by and be like, hi, I just need a quick review of my CV and my cover letter. Do you have a minute or something like that? So it's really, they're quite friendly, and I feel like people don't use enough of the service, and it's a shame because like they're really, really nice people and they really helped me get into this internship. So like if you really want something for yourself, like go for it. Sorry. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not sure about graduate roles yet because I haven't looked out for those just yet. This year probably. I've only been doing internship stuff. But again, also like it depends on luck. You might have like the perfect kind of CV and the perfect, you could be the perfect candidate, but sometimes companies don't vibe with you, and I do I've been applying to probably more than 100 places by now. For we have also like a year-long placement, so I've been applying for those and I've just been getting rejection, and I don't blame myself for that. I know I have the skills, I know I can do like everything, and I got the degree, and it's just depends, it's all about luck.
Probably timing as well.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
always
I do
timing.
believe that things will fall in place when the time comes. It's probably, yeah, like you say, luck and timing. Keep trying.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still betting for my year-long internship. I told myself once I finish with Japan internship, that's the deadline for me to find houses. I don't have a house in Leeds just yet. I haven't looked out for anything because I am going to get the internship. Like that's what I told myself. Yeah, so wish me
Good
luck.
luck there. Okay, we've got a question. Could you explain more detail about the scholarship or master's degree and also the requirements? Well, the university has been rather generous with postgraduate master's students, and where this is where we want to invest money on prospective students, particularly outstanding students. So we have a scheme called the International Excellence Scholarships just for master's students, and these are up to 50% of part scholarships, 50. So all of our master's degree programs will have some scholarships, and the maximum value would be 50% of your fees. Which masters, what percentage? For 2025, I do not have the information yet. Information will be available in October, I believe. So you can come and reach out to us again, or simply check our website and the information will be there. Usually we would ask students to send in an essay about themselves, telling us why they deserve the scholarship. And you can only do this once you have been given an academic offer on the program that you have applied for. So in that sense, you need to apply for the academic program first, get an offer, apply for the scholarship. However, there are some schools, for example, the business school, where you do not need to apply separately for the scholarship, and you would be automatically considered once you hold an offer. So this is scholarships for postgraduate master's students, and the scheme will continue for 2025 and beyond.
I have a question actually.
Sure.
Can I apply? I'm technically going to be a master's student as well, you know. Can I apply?
Of course. And as a alumni, a returning student, you get 10%, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have a look.
Cool. So when do you finish your internship? Is it just over the summer?
Yeah.
It must be
actually
really hot in Japan now, isn't it?
so hot.
Like
It's
sizzling hot.
basically Thailand. It's Thailand here. It's so hot. It's just, I'm like drenched every day. Just yeah.
Okay.
I finished my internship on the 30th this month, but I'm actually leaving Japan on the 3rd of September.
Okay. So you go back to Leeds, done with your 4th year, and hoping to get a placement year in between.
Yeah.
And do you have an idea what you want to do after that? You were aiming to become a chartered engineer, aren't you?
Yeah. So I do chemical engineering, but I also specialize in material science. So I want to do something related to material science. R&D definitely. We'll look out for places that actually work towards like sustainability, whilst implementing like the material. That's basically what I do here at Toyota as well, just like researching on the alternatives. So yeah, but again, I'm not sure, because also like, you know, I could get offered here too. I could come back to Japan. It would be a dream. It would be a dream. Literally, I love Japan. It's such a good place. Like very good quality of life. Very direct. Like the train and public transport is always on time. Always. And I just love that. I love that so much. Yeah. We'll see where our life takes.
Yeah, I do believe that also. And I think the university would give you opportunity and access to the world beyond, isn't it? Yeah. So I think I'll just ask you one question. When the time comes and you have to leave the UK or leave Leeds, what would you miss most? What would you like be sad about?
Oh, difficult. This is difficult. Yeah, difficult. I need to think about this. Sorry. I think okay, maybe being a student in general, it's like kind of like you're in between, like the bridge between being a full-on adult and being like a child. Obviously, you're not a child, but like having that freedom of being able to do anything, like just try out anything at all. Leeds is also a really good place for trying out things, because we have more than 300 societies or something like that. Like, anything you can think of, like for example, Quidditch, like Quidditch from Harry Potter, like that game. We have a society for that. Like it's crazy. Anything you can think of. So I think I'm gonna miss that freedom to be able to try anything and like being able to fail at anything and not actually having to worry about it, like, you know. Because once you start your adult life, I think everything is so serious now, and if you fail at something, you basically don't have the money. If you don't have the money, blah 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 blah. So yeah. Oh, that's kind of,
I
I
like
don't want to
that.
grow up.
Like there's like no commitments, no
Yeah,
strings attached. You can try. If you don't like it, you move on.
Yeah, I
Cool.
think,
So last question for you, Jeannie. If there are students in Thailand, young or a bit mature, who is still thinking about Leeds, not too sure, a bit anxious, a bit scared, a bit worried, don't know if they're making the right choice, etc. What would you say to them?
I think for me, right, I also have many things that I regret in my life. I'm not gonna lie, maybe chemical engineering is one of them. It's very difficult, but like you cannot change anything. Something like something you decided already is it's basically commitment. Yeah, the definition of commitment is no matter what, this is what you are committed to do. And so if you think at the moment, if you think that Leeds is the right choice and you go for it, like there's no need to worry, there's no need to be anxious about anything, because on one hand you already tried your best as well. You tried to like research and everything, and you think, yeah, this is where I should be, then it is right for you. Like I can't convince anyone to come to Leeds. Leeds is amazing. It is, but you know, like I cannot tell you that this is how your life is going to be. You have to make that decision for yourself. And so yeah, don't be anxious. Don't be scared. It will work out eventually. It will. Like, oh my god. My situation, right? I'm actually stressed out, like not having a house just yet because I'm committed to find an internship. I am actually stressed, but it will work out. Just take me as an example. You'll be fine. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Great. We've got about 5 to 10 minutes left. What time is it now in Japan? Is it 5?
It's actually 7:50.
Ah, okay.
10
So
to 8.
I think I'll let you go. Get on with your evening. Will I see you in December on campus?
We'll see. We'll see if I get an internship. If I don't, yes, you will.
So if you see me, give me a shout, okay? Because I may not recognize you in your also professional look now.
I'm not. Thank you though.
You are. So good luck. If I don't speak to you and you go on to do your placement, all the best, okay? We'll keep in touch. Ta for now.
Right.
Sayonara.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Right. Are there any questions? I've just answered the one on GPA. So basically, our entry requirements for masters will be a minimum of 3.0 GPA. We start only in September, which is the autumn. We don't have a January intake. Don't come to the UK in January because it will be like freezing, wet, snow. So we start in September when the weather is nicer.
มีน้องๆคนไหนมีคำถามเพิ่มเติมไหมคะเราเหลือเวลาอยู่ประมาณ10 นาทีนะคะก่อนที่จะหมดเซสชันกันวันนี้พิมพ์มาในแชทบ็อกซ์ก็ได้นะคะหรือว่าจะเปิดไมค์ถามคุณไอรีนโดยตรงเลยก็ได้ค่ะ It seems like we don't have any more questions coming in for today now. So Would you like to add anything before we say goodbye?
Nothing much for me. I think we have covered quite a lot, and I hope that the session has been useful in some ways for you, to give you information, obviously, about Leeds and the university. And the sharing session with Jeannie was nice from a student perspective. And you can see she's done a lot since her university days at Leeds and now in Japan, and hoping to get a placement. So these are opportunities that is available and open to you at Leeds. So we are waiting for you. Join us at any point of time or when you are ready, and we'll see how it goes. All the best and good luck.
We have like another question popping up in the chat box. Lalita asking if you could like compare Leeds to other city in the UK.
Oh, that's very difficult. There are so many cities in the UK, Leeds being the third largest city after London and Birmingham. It depends on what you want me to compare with. Leeds is a rather compact city. Thai students who have been to Leeds will normally compare us to Chiang Mai, yeah, where you have the city or the town area, then you have Chiang Mai University and a number of schools in and around it. A pretty small place with just enough things to do. Places where you have big cities like Manchester, Birmingham, London, there's too much to do. And when there's too much to do, you tend to spend a lot of time doing other things, you get distracted, you tend to spend a lot more money than normal. But Leeds isn't like that. Leeds is more of a cultural city. People come over the weekend to meet up for coffee, to have something to eat, go for bands, concerts, entertainment, plays, theater, arts, things like that. So we are also a very clean city where we do encourage people to save energy, to walk instead of cycle, instead of driving. So very green city, I suppose. We are a population of 1.2 million people, and about a quarter are students. But there are other not so nice cities in the UK, and there are other nicer cities in the UK. So I can't say Leeds is the best, but I think after being in many cities in the UK, Leeds is definitely a good place to live and to spend a number of years studying, even if it's just 1 year. I personally myself, if you ask me if there's any other cities better than Leeds, I would say yes. And I'm not going to lie, because my favorite city in the UK is not Leeds, it's Newcastle. And I also have my not so favorite city, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so
โอเคมีน้องๆคนไหนที่มีคำถามเพิ่มเติมไหมคะ Lisa also asking another question about like there's been a lot of theft news in England this day. How is it in Leeds?
I can't lie. If living in any big cities, there would be thefts similar in Thailand, more in some places than most. So as long as you take precautions, such as don't carry a lot of cash with you, don't walk alone in the middle of the night or at 3 o'clock in the morning, you lock your doors when you go out, it should be fine. Yeah, I'll have to say, apart from recent events in the UK is generally a rather safe place. Okay, the riots these few weeks that we have been hearing of, that's very unusual. And it has been caused because of social media, misinformation on social media. But I have to say, as long as you take care of yourself, you don't go and be a busybody or a nosy person. You do what you do at home. Yeah. In Bangkok, you don't carry lots of cash, right? You lock your doors when you go out. You do the same when you come. So yeah, it's generally fine. I've got no issues.
มีคำถามเพิ่มเติมอีกไหมคะ มีน้องๆคนไหนที่ยังสงสัยเรื่องไหนอยู่สามารถถามเข้ามาได้เลยนะคะ ก่อนที่จะหมดเวลากันในวันนี้เนาะเปิดไมค์ถามก็ได้นะคะ หรือว่าจะพิมพ์มาในแชทบ็อกซ์ก็ได้ I think the question has stopped now. So thank you again, Eileen, for a very, very informative session today. Hopefully, like we can host another session like this again in the future.
No worries. Hands-on will be having their exhibition in October. I
Yes.
can't remember which date now, but I will be there. So if you want to talk to me in person, come to hands-on event and we'll see you there. And I suppose we can talk a bit more in person. Thank you very much and have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Eileen. แล้วก็ขอบคุณน้องๆทุกคนมากนะคะที่เข้าร่วมกิจกรรมในวันนี้เนาะถ้าหลังจากนี้น้องๆคนไหนที่มีคำถามเพิ่มเติมเนี่ยก็สามารถติดต่อพี่ๆ hands on เข้ามาได้เลยนะคะ หรือว่าน้องๆคนไหนที่สนใจเข้าร่วมกิจกรรมดีๆแบบนี้อีกก็สามารถติดตามได้ที่หน้าเว็บไซต์ของทาง hands on ได้เลยนะคะสำหรับวันนี้ขอบคุณทุกคนมากนะคะบ๊ายบายสวัสดีค่ะ
บ๊ายบาย